Welcome to a Saturday morning edition of the No Fun League. Although it has ramped up a little, we have had a little bit of fun, some chatter. Episode 6 now, in case those following, I said 6 last time.
Next week's also episode 6.
Yeah.
Just another reason for Testa to hate the commissioner is really
And for
funny.
everybody that doesn't watch, it'll be their first every time. So
It's true. It's Groundhog Day.
What if you can't
Well,
access the pod until you pay?
yeah, better pay or you can't. Oh, that'd be like a subscription fee.
every episode they watch, you take a little bit off the top.
Charge interest.
Yeah.
All right, so I got coffee. We're not doing our. Does anyone have alcohol?
No,
Good, good. Just a check, just a mental check.
I got a Gatorade Lightning Blast new
Ooh,
flavor. Yeah, pretty good.
sounds
What is
like
that?
a Nicolas
It's like
Cage Japanese advertisement.
I'd watch it.
I'd drink it.
It's
Adam,
delicious.
are you home? Are you back in Connecticut?
No, I just worked out, so I'm in a coffee shop, and then I'm gonna hit the road.
Oh, you're in a coffee shop, so I should watch my
I have
racist
AirPods in.
language. Depends where you are, I guess. Actually, down here would be fine.
Just another day.
Um, so I know we want to talk about the trade, which might take some time.
Yeah.
And then I do have a couple notes just about actually about the Mets. I was watching a little Mets game, but does anyone have anything? Mike, do you have stuff? You're always our anchor here.
I don't really have many
Okay.
there's stuff I'll bring up as it comes up, but no big things going on. There was some debuts this past week. I know we talked about top prospects to call up. Roman Anthony came up right after we did the pod. I think the next day got called up. So now Bubba Chandler seems to be the one we're waiting on, and then Chase Burns, another pitching prospect that he might be this year's Paul Skeens. He just got fast tracked to AAA. Was drafted last year, a
Oh,
pitcher.
Tennessee,
Um,
right?
yeah,
who?
uh,
Tennessee, and then he transferred to Wake Forest, I think.
yeah, and then the Jacob Mizorowski made his debut for the Brewers, which looked awesome. 5 no-hit innings, 5 strikeouts, and then went out injured. So, but he seems to be. I think he'll be okay. So he seems like pretty dominant pitcher.
Speaking of Roman Anthony, I must have been after the podcast. I was just looking at like when are they planning on bringing him up, and there was like no.
Mhm.
It was more like fans and sports writers trying
Yeah.
to will the Red Sox to bring him up because I guess they didn't have room for him. So I'm watching, do I pick him up? I'm kind of having this weird moment with my team with outfielders anyway, and like hoping for the best from one of them, but then they
Hmm.
sit. The other guy I sit does well, and I'm in this like I hate everything mode.
Yeah.
So then I wait a day, and then I see he gets called up, and
Hmm.
I look again, and of course, Testa.
Yeah.
Like, and then I want to like, you have that inner anger, and you're like, you want to attack. So I'm like, oh, Testa,
Yeah.
do you do anything with your life except
Yeah.
fantasy? And then you're
Yeah.
like, well, I was looking before him technically. He might have been looking at the same time, and then you get in this pity party. So I missed him, and then he had
Yeah.
his first at bat. He had a 2-run double or single.
Hmm.
Thanks, so.
Is he doing okay? Like, do you know how he's doing yet?
I think he's doing all right, but yeah, the Red Sox just have too many infielders. They don't know what to do. I mean, they have too many players in general, I think, in Boston.
They don't know what they're doing.
Not at all.
Well, they traded Sale for that infielder, right? What's his name, Adam, from the Braves? Whatever.
Vaughn Grissom.
What was it?
Vaughn Grissom.
Yes. And then I think they
DFA'd him.
DFA him?
I think so.
So they
Yeah.
have the Sale trade has not worked out for the Red Sox, and the guy they got isn't even in their system anymore. That sucks. And they have like you said, a plethora of players there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crochet looked phenomenal yesterday, though, for them.
And then
He
Aaron
went to the,
Judge.
yeah.
Did they win?
I don't know.
I forget. It went extras, but they were up 1-0 the whole game. Crochet went into the ninth, and then Judge tied it with a home run in the ninth.
He hit it out of the stadium.
Yeah.
Off Crochet.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Wow.
probably took him out immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't you love that? Like, even when your pitcher's going, you're following a guy, you're like, ooh, all right, 6 innings, 2 earned runs,
And
good, I'll get the
yeah.
quality start. And then they put him back in the seventh.
Yeah. Walks two, they take
Well,
him out, and then the next guy gives up a 3-run home run. Yeah.
he gets charged those 2 runs, and you're like, why can't
Hmm.
I manage in Major League Baseball? I would have known because I had him on my fantasy team.
The guys need to get better at what Sale used to do for me, and Bieber would do a lot too. Is you throw a wild pitch in there somewhere in the inning, and then you get out of your earned runs if they give an error as a pass ball.
Oh, yeah. I also, yeah, you look for that. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, you look at the score of a game.
Yeah, like 5 runs. You're like, oh, he's only got 2 earned.
Yeah,
Nice.
but you'll still get that loss.
Yeah.
Red Sox won 2-1 in 10.
Okay.
They
Carlos
needed that.
Narvaez.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he had a walk-off single. And I did notice, so when you get that runner on second and extras and your closer comes in and he gives up that run, it's unearned.
But it's still
Hmm.
an L. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that happened. And it always updates a little later. I feel like you're like, I was at Kirkering. That happened to him.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, nice. All right, he didn't get a loss. That's what I was thinking. And then like registered late, and then it was like 2 weeks ago, and then loss, and you're
Yeah.
like ruins one of the stat lines for you. All right, let me tell you what I saw with the Mets. It deals with Juan Soto. I only caught
Hmm.
part of it. He actually was doing well. I mean, I think he is doing well now,
Yeah, he's
consistently.
heating up.
He heard us.
Yeah, our 13 views.
Yeah.
He It was Ron Darling talking, I believe, not Gary Cohen. And he hit a home run and he hits it and he watches it. This one actually went over the fence because I know in
Yeah.
the story there's another one where it didn't go over the fence, but
Yeah.
he watches it. And then when he's running around first, he's staring at the pitcher. He's
I
making eye
believe was this
contact.
the Mackenzie Gore
Yeah, I think
home
so.
run? Yeah. Yep.
And then
Yeah.
he's staring at the third baseman. And the whole time Ron Darling's talking, it's like you have kids, you don't really like one of your kids, and you're trying to show like you love them, but
Yeah.
you really just hope they move out sooner than because he was like, we're trying to get used to Juan Soto, and the
Hmm.
way he just stares at this ball, he's making eye contact with all these players. He's cocky. They're like, we're trying to get used to this new age of baseball. Let the players be, but there is a different wrinkle with Juan Soto's new age baseball. It's not the same
Yeah.
like another young guy pimping a home run. It's different.
Hmm.
And Ron Darling doesn't look like he likes it. And I know Keith Hernandez probably doesn't. And
Yeah.
I mean, I respect the Mets broadcast team. So it's interesting because I didn't like Bryce Harper and I know Luke didn't. And then when he came to
Hmm.
the Phillies, all of a sudden he's getting the Bryce Harper hair gel. And
Yeah.
I just, you have to, right? Like, I mean, I didn't like Marcell Ozuna really, and when he came to the Braves, you kind of have to buy in at your team. But for you, Mike, do you enjoy that stare down stuff?
I mean, we talked about this on a previous pod. How I was not. I mean, obviously he's a great player, but it's similar to when, as being a Celtics fan, Kevin Garnett went to the Celtics. He's the guy. If he's on your team, you love him. If he's against you, you hate him.
Yeah,
But yeah, Soto, he's the thing with him is it seems like when he's acting like that, he's at his best. So I'll let him do his thing as long as he keeps hitting, I guess.
it's
And
true.
as long
There,
as as long as the other players don't care on the team, I don't care.
Yeah,
there was some
Because
like context because he played with Mackenzie Gore and like came up through the Nationals
yeah,
farm system with Mackenzie Gore. So like Mackenzie Gore was like commenting and said like he likes it and it's fun and
yeah,
he just got the best out of him. Um, so yeah, I get it though.
yeah, and that at bat specifically, he right before the home run, he blew a fastball right by Soto, and Soto gave him a look like, "All right, I got you. Throw me another one," and he
hmm
did. So
Okay.
which is it actually reminded me a lot of Soto's play home run in the playoffs last year, where he got a pitch blown by him and he just kind of shook his head like, "All right, download complete, throw it again," you know.
It's true. I mean, that,
But it's also like hit the home run, stare down the pitcher, but like the third baseman has nothing to do with the pitch. The
That's the
first
same
baseman
run
has nothing
down.
to do with the
yeah.
pitch. Yeah,
What did
like
I do?
what did I do? Yeah, but like you said, Adam, it could be a Nationals thing too.
Yeah.
Or Padres, because Gore
Yeah,
and Soto were there too. I don't. They kind
yep,
of. I don't know their timing. You know.
I forgot
yeah,
Mackenzie Gore's there.
yeah. So
Um.
they could have been on all playing all together as younger.
Yeah. Soto though did hit one and stared at it. Didn't go over. He got the second safely. But I know Christina's dad is a Mets fan. He was bitching about that one, which
Yeah,
we being Acuna fans and Kellenic just got in trouble with that. So like it's gonna happen, I guess. You just can't. It hurts when you don't get to the base you're supposed to.
yeah,
But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I try to like the new. I like the new age, and I. You know what I don't like? Let's talk about this. Every team from the Colorado Rockies to the Seattle Mariners have their own little. You get a single, you get on base. They do like a.
oh, a thing. Yeah,
What was that conversation like in the dugout or in the clubhouse where they were, all right, everybody, somebody started to do it, whatever team began that. We can't do the same thing. Are
yeah.
they trying to?
How much practice time is allotted just to come up with celebrations? Like
Probably
I
on
know
the
the
flights, right?
yeah,
They're probably
that's
so bored.
probably yeah. Like I like the Dodgers do they're making fun of the Otani fragrance commercial when they go like this.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's Otani did a commercial for in Japan for some kind of cologne, and he takes the bottle and he goes like this, like all sexy. So now they do that to
Oh,
basically make fun of him, which
I
is
like the
better than
Mets.
their like jerk off thing they did last year.
yes. I know the Braves do A-Town, but it just gets annoying. I mean, it's a single.
Yeah.
And then
We might have to rank these next pod,
yeah.
the teams, but then I'll have to watch teams I don't want to watch probably to see like do the Rockies even have a celebration?
Yeah, very sparing. You have to watch every moment for
Yeah.
that one chance. It was weird. This is what sparked it last night. They were playing the Braves, and the guy got on first, and he did like a. It was weird. I couldn't even explain. I don't know. It's something from his leg, like from crotch to knee, like a swipe. And I
Okay.
think if I can remember, and I was like, "What the hell was that?" That's not even like a celebrate. Maybe a niche, just happened to be coincidence. But I
Yeah.
don't. They ran out. I mean, 32 teams, right? 30 teams, and
Yep.
maybe the Rockies were like, maybe we should celebrate like the
Yeah,
other
and
team.
even like the home run celebrate like I know the Mariners had the trident thing they would bring
Yep.
out. The Red Sox have they throw in the green monster head.
The Blue Jays with the jacket.
Yep.
I
Angels
do
have
like when
some.
they hit a home run and they like rounding second and they like point at the bullpen or do like Ozuna does like the weird butterfly flutter thing,
Hmm.
which is cool because like I don't know, the Braves are a miserable team to watch right now. So and the Rockies can relate. So like anything to show life in the dugout, I guess is nice, but
Yeah.
also like win more than one game at a
Yeah.
time.
It's a lot going on, right?
Yeah.
And say you're down 10-0 and you hit a home run. Do you still do all that shit? Right? Like, where's the
Yeah.
line? That's like in
Yeah,
football when the Eagles were beating the Commanders. I almost
Chiefs.
said Guardians. The Commanders and Jaden Daniels or one of them scored a touchdown late, and they were like acting like doing their dancing and stuff, but they were down like 25 in the NFC Championship. It's like, when do you draw the line when you look like an idiot celebrating, or just get around the bases and get home and
Yeah.
it's 10-1,
That's
man. You
that's
know?
why I like soccer because soccer they like if they're getting killed or if they like times of the essence and they're maybe within the game and they score, they just go get the ball, put it right back on the line. They're like
Hmm.
we don't have time to mess around. Like
Yeah.
hockey too, they're pissed when they're down and they score. It's like
Yeah, they're finally type of school, like finally.
yeah,
Now,
Um,
do we think maybe Dave, this is just you're nervous that the entire league is going to turn into like banana ball
It's, I mean, if you look at the numbers, it's trending there, right? I guess
Yeah.
I came across, they were playing in Charlotte and watched some of that game. I've never seen them. And there's a lot going on that field. The umpires
I
dancing
heard somebody made a joke like they looked like, oh, the Savannah Bananas just sold out a Coliseum in Rome. Like
and it's
they're playing
true.
like full football stadiums now. Like,
I guess it's entertaining, right? Like I kind of got bored with it. I was like, all right.
yeah,
But I mean, the center fielder ran in and like did like this front flip catch. And you're
yeah.
like, all right. I mean, that's skill. How the hell?
My favorite thing they do, which I don't know a lot of what they do, but that if a fan catches the foul ball, it's an out. So I saw a game actually end on that.
It's really cool. Some of that stuff's
Yeah,
great. It is a lot of colors. I'm just probably old now. I don't know if they're
yeah,
appealing to the younger fan base too. I'm not a curmudgeon, but it's very not for me, I'd say.
yeah,
It seems very geared toward that, and I think that's why like the All Star Game and the Home Run Derby have sucked. Like it's like the NBA, like they're trying to
yeah,
cater to the younger crowd, and it's like I get it, but also like it's not working. I don't think.
Looking at the well, not in Major League Baseball, I feel like they're looking for those like little clips, right? Those little 10-second, 15-second, our intention span. NBA it
yeah,
works, I feel, and NFL potentially, but something about baseball, you hit a home run, I love it, but where do you? I don't love
yeah.
it. There's so much going on. Ozuna hits a home run. He starts running around first. He does this, goes to second. He does his Euro step around third. Like you have to remember so much. Just
Yeah,
enjoy your home run, man. You just hit
yeah,
a home run. Like
And then
it's
praise to
hard.
God at home plate, and then you have to go and high five everybody, and Heredia
Different
comes
high
into the
fives.
dugout with
They
a
all have
full
different ones.
noodle.
yeah,
Everyone, right? How do you 25-man roster, 30-man roster, and you have a different handshake with each one? Like what? Why am I feel these are the important questions that need
yeah.
to be addressed.
This is journalism, Dave.
Um, all right, let's talk about the trade. Let's devote some time to this.
Let's do it.
Do you have it up? Can you?
I remember it.
I
Lights up
remember.
since the
I'd like to
trade.
defend my client in this trade that I made with. Yeah, so it was I traded uh, Isak Paredes, Tyler Soderstrom, and Mick Abel for Matt
Isak?
Olson. Yep,
It is
that's how it's
Isak. Sounded
pronounced.
great.
Yeah. For Matt Olson, Zach Eflin, and Yainer Diaz.
Kyle's been trying to get rid of Yiner for a while, but he's actually doing
So
better.
he's actually the player I knew like I had to take. I knew the trade wasn't going to happen if I didn't take him. So I think it started out with he sent me a uh, trade for Paredes and Abel for Diaz and Eflin originally. That was the first, that was like the beginning of negotiations. He sent me that. And I was like, I don't want Yainer Diaz. So I sent him 1 for 1. I think, I forget, maybe Paredes for, like, I knew I wasn't going to get Paredes for Olson, but I sent him. I was like, well, I won Matt Olson. That was the only message we had. We did the entire. I was like, I'm not opening a text chain because then it's going to fall apart. So I just kept. I sent him offers. He sent me offers back and forth. We did that for like 2 days, and then I sent him 3 different ones, and we landed on the final, which all the trade calculators I put it through was 96% fair trade. So it might seem crazy, but I thought it was a pretty fair trade.
I mean, Adam, did you want to talk about it a little? I'm looking at the trade.
I know how you continue to gravitate toward these damn Braves, but Matt Olson is like infuriating, and Kyle has given up like all hope on him. And as he wrote in the chat, like he's never gonna hit that 50 home run mark
Yeah,
again until now. And it's just weird. Didn't he keep Eflin
No, that's
and
Patrick.
Olson?
Let's let it be known it was Patrick that did that.
Patrick. Yeah,
Okay, still he kept Olson, so I find it odd that he would keep him and then sell him like that, and then get that return, especially Kyle of all people. He did also send me a trade right before yours went through. Zach Eflin and Matt Olson for Pete Crow Armstrong and Dustin May, and that was ignored.
yeah.
Is May doing better?
No, he gave up 4 runs the other night. So like, when I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, I'm looking at the trade now.
So my thought process. So I didn't need to make the trade, but I'm hopeful Bregman will be back any day now. So if I was going to move Paredes, it had to be before that. And
Yeah, I
also
like that
I
thought process. Yeah.
and Mick Abel, I think he's a good prospect. My thing with Kyle is I knew he was a Phillies fan, so I knew he was going to overvalue him a little bit. Um,
A lot.
but the Phillies have turned way less talented pitchers into Ranger Suarez and Jesus Luzardo this year and Christopher Sanchez. So a guy with that kind of pedigree, I think he'll be good.
But
But I
this
needed to
year,
upgrade first base more than anything. That's what I need to do, and I did that. So
Well, Kyle is still likely to trade Isak Paredes.
I don't know. So did he do? So I had him listed as that. I wonder if it just stayed like that
It could
when
be
I
like his.
trade because I had him, yeah, as likely to trade. Um, but I do feel bad for Kyle because I did send him an offer to because I wanted to try to see if I could get Senga, and I didn't, and he just got hurt.
thank
So
God that I mean, I always fear you make that a trade and then that guy gets hurt immediately.
yeah,
There have been so many pitcher injuries.
yeah,
Let's talk about Mick Abel.
yeah.
He's pitched
Sounds
now
like a janitor from New Egypt High School.
Jerry Marcandani.
Philly McEnable, yeah,
So he's pitched 3 times in Major League Baseball.
that's right.
His first one was a six, quality start, no earned runs, no walks, 9 Ks. I mean, I get why Kyle had a boner,
Yeah,
but then he went 5 1/3, still not bad. 1 earned run, no walks. That's what I always look for the walks. That's a. Then he gave up 3 earned, 3 walks. Just I think that was his first time with Abel.
yeah, against the Cubs. Yep.
Tough
It's a
matchup.
lot to trade Matt Olson, who Adam said he kept for. I mean, Soderstrom's good too, but he's in his first year. This is just a weird trade. When I was like looking at this trade, I'm like, Kyle gave up more, and he
He'll
didn't
keep
get.
McAble.
What's that?
My interpretation is he'll now keep McAble, so it's like a keeper for a keeper in his
Yeah,
eyes.
that's how I was looking at it because he had sent me also a trade offer that would have been uh, similar to the one we finalized, but I would be sending him Yuri Perez and McAble, and I was not going to do that. So I basically took I'm taking a gamble on Yuri Perez this year, where I could have moved him. Abel's already pitched at least, but um, I think Abel, yeah, Kyle, the spot he's in the standings needed to change his team a little bit. So, and I needed to play for this year.
But I can't see McAble being a keeper. I just don't like what he immediately like. I understand it makes sense, right? Keeper for keeper. You're Philly fan. McAble has this. People are talking about him, right? They think he's going to be great, but it's just, did he do it yet? And now you're going to put all. I mean, if you drop him, say he doesn't keep him, then the trade looks really bad. But if he does keep him and he doesn't do well or he gets hurt, these pitchers get hurt. I mean, Tom with Strider and keeping him, and he's frustrating with him. And just Soderstrom's good. I had him. I'm kind of pissed I got rid of him, but
He'll have outfield eligibility too.
out. Yeah,
Yeah, yep.
but
And
he's fallen.
honestly,
He's
for me
quieted
too,
down.
is I had to like those three players I moved, like they've been playing pretty well. Like Abel, obviously, very small sample size, but Paredes has been hitting, and he hits well at home in Houston. Um, but yeah, I dropped Yandy and then needed to pick up a better. I've been like going through first basemen all year, so to get some stability there.
It's
And if Kyle soured on Olson and Eflin, I understand it too. Like
but Eflin's good. He's
I
not
agree.
keeper good,
Like agrees.
Yeah,
but he's good. I mean, he's a quality start guy, and K's are kind of up. I mean, I just don't think Kyle won this. I mean, I think you won. even if he keeps Mick Abel, which I will just love to add him to the spreadsheet. And like if you look at Soderstrom and Olsen's numbers, they're this year, like Matt Olson has a bigger name, but right, they're
Yeah.
kind of equal this year, so I get
Yep.
that.
Yeah. I
And the
definitely,
outfield
I think
designation's cool.
Olson, I'm definitely buying low on for
Yeah,
sure. But the ceiling, I think that he has a higher ceiling than Soderstrom right now. Yeah.
he's heating up, Olson,
Yep.
slowly.
He hit a home run in the first game. I had him on Monday, so that was awesome.
And then Paredes had a homer the other day. Uh, I'm glad there's a trade. We got some life in the league. It's good. Just I was laughing once I looked at the trade. I was like, "What? You saw my texts. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?" Um, but yeah, you defended him. I get it. You made more sense. Okay, Kyle. But Mick Abel, I just think
But
that's
it is, and it's definitely like if you go just off name value, obviously it looks like, because there's just my guys are just more known names. That's like everyone on the other side is pretty much relatively new to the scene. Paredes had a breakout last year. Soderstrom I hadn't heard of before this season. So
I hadn't. No.
yeah.
Update. Tom's at a 7U coach pitch game right now, and he said there's a dad arguing calls. I felt this should be on the pod. I said, is he right though? He said, I don't think he was. Don't even have umpires here. It's just the coaches making calls. Henry's team just lost 15 to nothing, making him walk home now. Henry's 7. He said these travel teams are no joke. They can field a ball and also throw it to first. Wild stuff. It does. I mean, Harrison's in Harrison's in 8U, and we're always like, oh my God, we just fielded the ball and threw to first, and we're like so excited. 15 nothing. That's go. So he said his oldest stopped playing, but Henry's continuing. I was like, is he throwing sidearm? He said, I've learned how to throw a slider. Tom's still working on his game. He's him and
That
his son just
knuckleball,
throwing
that
sliders in their
knuckleball's ready to
backyard.
go. Yeah.
Remember when he was talking about going for the knuckleball?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna learn how to do it and I'll be the next R.A. Dickey.
Wasn't there a guy is he in the Padres organization that throws like a 80 mile an hour, 80 something mile an hour knuckleball?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. But
Wallner? Is that Matt Wallner? I think maybe his
Matt
name.
Wallner's a outfielder for
Okay.
the Twins. Wallner.
Dave loves the
So
Twins outfielders. Trevor Larnach, Matt Wallner.
yeah.
Sign Dave up.
They're all the same.
Also,
Um,
if the Dodgers keep getting in these blowout games, is and Kike Hernandez worth a shot as a relief pitcher?
he that first one he did great. That was a funny video, but then he gave up
Yeah,
a bomb. Who hit it?
I forget.
Machado.
He pitched the other night
And
in his
Machado hit
helmet.
like a 3-run homer off him.
Yeah.
Um, Standings update. Mike, feeling good? What's your
I
matchup
hate this
this
part
week?
of the pod.
So actually, big matchup. Tessa and I 1-2 this week.
And let me
I'm
check the
winning right
score.
now. Yeah. But it's
Tessa
close
just
all
added
around.
Chase Burns in live time.
Did he?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah. He's
No, I
listening
think
somehow.
somebody might actually be on a roster already.
He's on my wait list or my watch list.
That means Testa will get him because we
Yeah,
mentioned it.
he's definitely the next up, like big pitching, because he burned through Double A.
He
They
pitched like 6 innings, no walks, 9 Ks
yeah,
in Double A.
yeah, just dominant.
You're up 9-4-1, so I won't go through the whole standings here.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll let sleeping dogs lie. I'm so Paul's in third. I was trying to think of like another good matchup this week to watch. I mean, me and Chad, 5-7, we're about tied roughly. Um, Patrick beating Loot. Loot took me down pretty good last week. So this is Patrick was like, great, I get Loot, but he's beating him right now. Patrick, he hasn't, I don't know if he's made the playoffs yet in our league. So this will be a big
Really?
year. I remember Keith, we made like a whole big deal about him making the playoffs for the first time. He's like one of our OGs. And that was kind of
Yeah.
like, what? You haven't made the playoffs? Adam, you're tied right now.
Every week I'm up huge, and then the weekend hits. I feel good actually about this matchup though, because Strider pitches against the Rockies tonight. I had Yarborough go, and I didn't check the Red Sox game yesterday till the ninth, and literally it was like, oh, Crochet's going for the complete game shutout, bomb by Judge. And I was like, well, at least Yarborough only gave up one, and then he goes 4 2/3. I'm like, get off my team, man.
Oh, that was funny. You sent that text because you highlighted before Adam's team. It's like BC. He was like, I've never given up a run and I have quality starts. And then the one time you pick him up, he gives up like 8 earned in an inning.
Against the Sox, and then he pitches against them again and can't even go 5 innings, and was on the hook for the loss until Judge massacred another baseball.
You can see Judge is having a good week because Kevin's winning pretty heavy. He heard us talk shit last time. Anything else? We got like a couple minutes, 5 minutes here. Anything else we want to talk about? Anything going on in our lives outside of fantasy?
I am going to the Mets Phillies game next weekend.
You're
Philly.
doing it?
Yeah, gonna try
Nice. I might try to go to that too.
Saturday night.
One of them. Yeah, I wanted to get to one of those games in that series because if the Mets have a bad week this week and the Phillies have a good one, that's going to be for the division lead that series. So
You guys should go and we'll try and pod from the game.
live
Get
pod.
Abel on the mound. See if we
Yeah.
can get access to him
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is we'll open up and you're in your seat, you're in your other seat, and you have to try and link up before the end of the pod.
without community. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
And then, or
Ask
not
for an
get kicked
alley.
out. You'll be like, what are you guys influencers? What is this?
Yeah. I'll just say I'm with Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
This is part of one of his shows.
And then they'll roll out the red carpet. Oh, here's VIP tickets. So that's
Well,
cool.
like going back to the new age baseball, like the battery is great, and obviously we're biased thinking that the battery is great, but like swimming pools in right field and all the other like, at what point do you draw the line? And
Like,
it's not a baseball game anymore. It's just an amusement park in 3 hours to take your kids and overstimulate them.
Yeah.
and spend money, spend that cash.
Yeah, not even watch the game. Well, the game's moving so fast now, and now you're just
Yeah.
there to watch Ozuna flutter and
Yeah. You have to get in
take a
line to buy
nosedive
food,
yeah.
get on the slide, and get back to your seat before the ninth inning.
Yeah. It's like a cruise ship. They're
Yeah.
adding stuff that I'm like, I don't feel safe putting my kids on a huge water slide that's like 3 stories high on a cruise ship in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and you're like, okay, have fun climbing up there. Like, what are we doing? How is that
You
okay?
don't trust the hungover 17-year-old to take care of your
Yeah.
children.
Make sure you're buckled in there. What are we doing? I just feel like bad things are happening. They don't even report it. Don't hurt that. But you're right. Baseball stadium turning into a cruise ship. That's an interesting. I'm gonna write that down. Maybe we'll explore that topic.
I think Citizens Bank is a super cool like park, but like they're one step away from ruining that when they put in a bounce house in right field.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Braves have that wiffle ball field. They show it every time on the game. They'll flash to like there's an employee. His job is to just throw wiffle ball pitches to kids who are hitting it. And there's a whole little baseball field out there.
That's what Tom's practicing for.
It's he can't wait to get to. I was gonna say Turner Field, whatever. What's it called? Truist. Yeah. Last time he was there was Lute's wedding.
The vacuuming.
Yeah, during the first song, this woman just vacuuming in the hallway, and he's like, "Are we gonna shut the door or just let that keep going?"
She's like, no, I clean.
Yeah.
I clean.
No.
No, I clean.
Need more lemon pledge.
I went and saw the Black Keys
Nice.
Thursday in Raleigh, and they were really good. That was telling Christina I wouldn't have said they were like on my bucket list of bands to see, but close. And it was worth it. They're like Dave Matthews to me now. Like I saw him once. I'm good. I won't see him again. I really like the Heavy Heavy. I got to bring him up. They were really fun early. And then it switched. I love the crowd. So that was like the Black Keys crowd. You can almost assume what I'm talking about. Just I went and saw an Incubus show, and it was like little girls singing the songs that I used to sing, and I felt really weird as an older man singing the same lyrics to Make Yourself. as the 12-year-old girl next to me screaming. So seeing
Did they
Black
play Hear
Keys,
You Me?
oh, seeing the Black Keys, it was like basically other men just
Dave
Just
Wallace.
broing out.
yeah, just I was like, oh, there's something I noticed. There's like no ushers to show t seats. They trust the Black Keys fans to find their own seats, is what I was coming. I was like, they don't have to.
A sophisticated crowd.
Yeah, you don't have to show me my seats. Yeah,
You felt safe.
I
Bring
did.
your
It
own
was a safe
PPR.
space.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Anything else? We got a couple minutes here. 3 minutes. I know Tom keeps sending new music, and I ignore it. I gotta just watch.
Yeah, I definitely recommend the first one he sent at arm's length. That album is very fucking good.
All
I've
right.
been listening to that like since he sent it. So it sounds like every time you listen to it, it will sound like a different band from the early to mid 2000s. So
He's
Nice.
got that genre, and he's still pounding it. How does he find them? That's interesting.
I don't know. I told him keep sending music, so he's doing good.
Yeah, good job, Tom. And texts about your 7U baseball team. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any much else to talk about. Anybody, any last things?
No, little tip if you guys want to make a trade, come on the pod, talk up your players that you want to get rid of because it works.
True. Or Testa will pick him
Yep.
up if you drop him.
Because I was definitely singing Soderstrom's praises for a couple weeks to try to get rid of him. So
Ooh, he's the inception there, Kyle. You just got taken advantage of.
I would like to toot my 12th place horn and say that on Thursday, it was like a day off day, and I was down one in homers and my OPS and RBIs and all that. And I picked up Adolis, and he hit a 3-run bomb, which was awesome.
And that,
he's
And
going to
now
be
he's
heating
rotting on
up.
my bench. Yeah.
but he hit it and that changed everything. Changes everything. You could squirt a little.
Or a loss.
Um, sorry,
That's
what
probably a
was
good
that?
ending point. Yeah.
Mio? Was that what it was called? Mio?
Yeah.
Sprayed in
Yeah.
your water or something?
Yeah.
There's always a funny Trident commercial. Anyway, another creepy guy on there. But good,
No
Adam.
free
That feels
ads.
good when you get something, you do that and you win. I always like when
Yeah.
you pick somebody up and then they bench them that day, and you're like, cool, I wasted a spot for that guy.
Oh, the platoons are killing me this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That every team's got guys in platoons now.
It's like the
All right, so
running backs in football.
let's make a pitch to everyone again. Come on the pod. We usually go for Friday nights, but I kind of like the mornings. Friday nights might get a little
Yeah.
busy, but now we're in the summers and the kids are up later and we're doing fun stuff around the house. But if we want to do mornings, that might work for all the
Yep.
older dudes on our fantasy league.
Yeah,
So
and keep the trades going because the trade deadline's coming quick, probably.
I think it's end of July, maybe mid-July.
Yep.
Well,
That's
I'll
something
hear
you'll get
someone.
chewed out on.
I was gonna say someone will bitch me out about that.
Yeah.
All right, well, good. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Father's Day tomorrow. I keep being asked what do I want to do, and I just not be asked what I want to do. That's what I
Leave
want
me alone.
Just walk into the ocean.
to do. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Later.
See you guys.